participants, including Michael Dillinger, right in the center, president of the National Federation of Tourist Guides Associations. And he will be at the WFTGA conference along with me and our new president in January. Now, one of the things that GANIC does, we have a very active industry relations committee, and they organize site visits to different locations, as well as visits to understand these spaces, including the United Nations, Carnegie Hall, and GANIC members also enjoyed a day at the races at the Aqueduct racetrack and learned about the history of horse racing in New York City. Here's another view of us at the Edge. We went on a beautiful July morning, and we had breakfast up there too, thanks to the industry relations. Now, GANIC tries to always be in the news and always raise our profile. Our Women in Tourism, our very own Susan Birnbaum, was honored as a Woman in Tourism in 2023 in the category of tour guide. We also participated with interviews and public relations in the press, including this from Global Traveler, an interview with Jeremy Wilcox, who's Public Relations Chair of GANIC, of the Guides Association. One of our members, Patrick Bringley, who was a former guard at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, now he's also a licensed New York City tour guide, and he wrote a wonderful book that is winning accolades around the world, from the New York Public Library to Audible to actually The Guardian named it one of the best books of the year. Really, this is a wonderful love story, a wonderful tribute to the Metropolitan Museum and the power of art to heal. Now, GANIC's website should be coming soon, literally in the next week or so. We'll have an updated look with a new banner style, emphasizing hire a guide rather than find a guide, and aiming it towards different types of users, different audiences, from visitors to tour operators, to our partners and affiliates, and to GANIC members themselves. And here's a view of some of the pages that should be launching very, very soon, we hope. Now, GANIC members, one thing that we always do, and this is a wonderful thing for members, and to learn from themselves and to learn from each other. And these are our fam tours. On the left, we have Ann McDermott in the center, who gave a wonderful tour of rock and roll and the history of music, rock music in the Village. Bob Dylan to Bruce Springsteen. Scott Woolidge on the right side talking about Brooklyn Bridge Parks. Andrea Cole on the Italian enclaves of Brooklyn, and Kevin Lawrence on LGBTQ representation and queer art at the Metropolitan Museum in front of Rosa Bonheur's fantastic horse fair. And you can see the photo he's holding of Rosa Bonheur with her partner. These fam tours are really a great way for everyone to learn from each other and to practice tours themselves. We have social events, from gatherings to a trivia contest that we did on the Waiver Tree ship down at the South Street Seaport. And this was also a fundraiser for GANIC and for the Waiver Tree and the Seaport Museum. Social gatherings include our wonderful holiday party, and even just to getting together after our meetings. It's very convivial. And what GANIC does is really to give guides network, to give guides support, and to give guides people to whom they can refer for assistance and for matters dealing with tour guides, tour operators, and tour directors. This photo here shows our newest board, our new board. Will be starting on January 1st. From left to right, Lee Hallingby, one of our new secretaries, Gary Dennis, who will be a member at large, Beth Goff, who will be one of our co-vice presidents, Michaela Fagan, another member at large, Mike Morgenthau, the new president of GANIC. I know a lot of you know him. He's a wonderful guy. Then Catherine Hill, our other vice president, Mitch Palusic, another secretary, Sarah Lyons, who is our new treasurer, and missing from the photo is Jojo Landon, who will be another member at large. And this was just taken on Wednesday evening. And here was my last meeting as president of GANIC, and on the right, passing the torch on to Michael, giving him our ceremonial GANIC gavel, and he will now be in charge as president. Now, You're always welcome to contact us, to follow us. Here is our website address, ganic.org. And you can follow us on Facebook, Threads, Instagram, and YouTube. Our YouTube channel has all of our meetings. They're all recorded and they're posted, including this past meeting just on Wednesday. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen just a moment. And again, my apologies for perhaps there might be a lot of background noise, but I hope you can enjoy a little bit of the view. All right, that's a little treat from New York. So greetings from New York City. Greetings from the Guides Association of New York. Of course, any tour guides who are visiting our city, you definitely get in touch with us. We'd love to have you at our meetings. And I look forward to seeing many of you in Sicily for the conference in January. So thank you, Maricar.
Thank you, Emma. That was an incredible journey that you have given us. What a story. And I know you're stepping down and you've done 8 years, right? You've served for 8 years. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Maricar.
Sure. Our next speaker is Frans van Avendonk. He's the president of the Malta Union of Tourist Guides. Frans, the virtual floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. And good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever you are at the moment. We have afternoon over here. So the year 2023 has been a boom year for Malta's economy, and especially for tourism. And that is quite a feat for a peripheral island economy, as Malta is. Although we are in the center of the Mediterranean, we are at the edge of Europe. Towards the end of the pandemic, which started about a good 3 years ago, the Malta Tourism Authority and the Ministry for Tourism organized a national conference to present plans and prospects for stabilization and recovery. And there was a timeline leading up to 2030. But in 2022, we made a good recovery, up to 90% of the pre-pandemic levels. And this year, we're going to surpass it. So, but not just recovered, we surpassed the record year of 2019. Now, the Maltese government, at the time when the pandemic broke out and when the island went into complete lockdown, announced a number of schemes to support the industry. There was financial support for all people working in tourism, and they also started a massive skilling, upskilling, and reskilling exercise by offering lots of courses which were subsidized or free for tourism professionals to attend. And we have been seeing the fruition of that program coming online this year. We had 24 new tourist guides, for instance, that started their course during the pandemic and came online earlier this year. So many of these new guides are now on a regular beat, and they also brought a number of new ways of doing tours, more theatrical and special interest tours which were not available before. Now, the increase in visitor numbers, of course, was part of a different way of traveling. As we've seen, is that we see a lot of more small groups or private tours. And this, of course, puts a demand, an enormous demand on the availability of guides beyond the usual skills matching. It is, in many cases, hard to find a guide, and agents then call for any guide to come forward and at least do a tour. Maybe not in the language that people would prefer, but at least there would be a tour. But this has also led to an increase in what we call as illegal guiding. People who are not qualified or certified and licensed to do take people on walks, usually on an individual basis or in very, very small groups. Now, unfortunately, the Maltese government has done a good thing, but also in our eyes, a not so good thing. That is the slacking of the reins of enforcement. This was done not to hinder the recovery, but it has also led to an increase in illegalities. We have pleaded with the enforcement to do their best, and one of the issues is also that at the moment the ministry is working on a total revision of the tourism legislation. in which we also have played our part. And as soon as the draft law will be available, we will play again a part in fine-tuning all the things that have been cooked up by the ministry. As we were seeing illegality, we also devised a new strategy. New, not really new, because we had a similar campaign well over 10 years ago, whereby, like as the moment is running in Greece, we appeal to the users of the services to make sure that those are licensed, that they are qualified, and that they are getting what they pay for. Now, the minister had no recollection of this event because he's too young for that, but he found it a very interesting initiative and has been working now the last couple of weeks to roll that out industry-wide. So the next follow-up meetings are planned for January, and hopefully this campaign will start coming up visible for everybody in the beginning of the coming year. Now, regarding training, we have a new initiative. It has been brooding for a couple of years, but since COVID happened, it couldn't come out, which is the apprenticeship. Now, unfortunately, the enthusiasm among existing guides to take somebody under their wings is not too big, but it is slowly being introduced and starting up for the full-time guides course. This year, we had again CPD. Usually we do it in the winter before the year of expiry of the license. Our license is valid for 2 years. But due to changes in staff at the authorities, we had to scramble it a bit in this year. And there were 2 sessions in spring and 1 in autumn. Unfortunately, because of various factors, in the end, they came up with a list of 60 people who hadn't attended CPD and would not be renewing their license. That was the first word of the authorities. I had to look at the list, and with some evidence gathered, pictures taken during the events and so on, we managed to safeguard at least the issuing of license for quite a number of them. So the number that will lose the license is only that part of the people that actually didn't attend for whatever reason. They have left the island, they have left guiding profession for whatever reason, or in 2 cases, they had died in the meantime. Now, our union was present and took part in a number of seminars organized by the various tourism-involved public bodies, like the Chamber of Commerce, Tourism Authority, etc. And as I said, we met a couple of times with the minister, sometimes in a formal setting, sometimes in a more informal setting. One of the things we do to promote ourselves is offering an award to the best student of the Tourism Institute during the annual graduation event, which was held last week. Unfortunately, we did not partake in the 2 official guides tourism events that happened in February and September due to lack of interest among members, most likely due to the pressure of work, because this year was absolutely crazy. We did have some educational visits for members to several sites of interest that have come online after refurbishment, and the most recent one was this week, the Presidential Palace, which will be opening shortly its doors again to the public after 5 years of refurbishment. Now, work pressure this year was enormous, and till mid-November, the demand for guides remained extremely high. And this means that most people worked at the end of their capacity, and this also means that it's very hard to find a replacement if somebody falls ill. And of course, with the coming on of the winter season, the colder season, as we usually call it, a number of people got colds or problems with their voice, and it was very hard to find replacements. Now, this week, we attended the first national conference organized by the Tourism Observancy of Malta, and that dealt with the pathways to sustainability. Malta has been growing to enormous growth of tourism, but there is a limit. You can create hotel rooms as much as you want, but all of the ancillary services are as much importance for the tourists to have a good experience as the hotel room has, or maybe even more. So this week there was the first national conference. A good number of guides, besides council members, took part in this event. So we are preparing now for our last event of the year, which will be the Christmas dinner party next Tuesday. And a good number of members have signed up to attend the event. So that's where I want to leave it. We're looking forward to a good 2024. It's going to be a boom year again as things are looking out. So we're going to be busy. And as an offspring of the convention in Sicily, we're expecting a few people of the board to visit Malta. I have heard some rumors. So you're welcome. Thank you.
Go ahead, Christina.
Good morning, everyone. I'm very happy to be here and to share with you the Portuguese Association of Tourist Guides and Tour Managers journey through the year 2023. I am the former president of the association, President Emerita. I've been so for the past 8 years. And I was very happy to learn from my association that I would be the one presenting our association's journey. So let me share my screen with you so that we can all see our journey in a better way. So we are, like I said, the Portuguese Association of Tourist Guides and Tour Managers. Normally in Portugal, tourist guides, in order to become a tour manager, you have to be a tourist guide first. And until 2011, it was mandatory, a special training to become a tourist guide of 3 years and later 5 years. We are not a regulated country anymore, but still most tourist guides still have a formal education to become a professional guide. So usually we start our, let me go to the next slide. We start our year by admitting new members to our association. So we are a private association, so we can focus on certain items of learnership that we consider mandatory to become a good guide, not just academic, but also, of course, practical training. So we have candidates that apply to become a member. They all have to have a specific education on tourism or on a field of the social sciences, normally an academic degree of 5 years, and then a training of a minimum of 600 hours to become a professional guide. So there is a jury that is going to assess these elements, and then the candidates will have to show their expertise on guiding and their academic knowledge during about 1 hour and a half. So we are going, of course, to do the same next year. We always do that in January. And we are very pleased to have a very good background, also because many of the institutional organisms in Portugal, from ministries to the National Tourism Board, they often refer to us for guides when they have special visitors to Portugal. So then, of course, comes WFTGA Day, February 21st. This year we celebrated according to the theme, Rethinking Tourism, Regenerating Our Profession. So the first part of the celebrations took place in the Estoril Higher Institute for Tourism and Hotel Studies. It's the only school in Portugal that still trains guides. It's 3 years training, really. It's academic and practical. So we have a very good relationship with them. There were 3 round tables, quite interesting, because we asked 3 different generations of guides. So people my age, which have been guide for 40 years or more, and then people around the 30, 40 years old, and then the young ones that came out of the schools, so 20-something years old. And then we also invited panels of people representing restaurants, front office, hotels, drivers, DMCs, so people that we have to work with, also from different generations. And it was really interesting to see their insights on tourist guiding and on guides from the past, present, and what they think the role of the tourist guide should be for the future. Really quite interesting, their insights. So then in the afternoon, this is a general view of the room and also the flyer that went over. These events, we also invite not just tourist guides, but also researchers, academic people, so DMCs, everyone that actually is involved in our profession, not just tourist guides themselves. Then, of course, in the afternoon, we had some visits to Estoril, which is a lovely resort on the beach on the Atlantic Ocean. And of course, we are on the Northern Hemisphere, so usually the winter months are the low season months, and that's when we engaged in different visits, not just, of course, in Lisbon, because we are a national association, so there's visits in the north, the monasteries, the National Royal Treasure, and we often go by bus, which is very funny because we guides, we love, we do our job in a bus, usually because we're national guides, so we have to tour around the whole country, 8 days, 10 days, but when we put all the guides in a bus, they just love it. So then, of course, there's also online training. There was a very extensive course on Portuguese museums. It lasted for 2 months. And then this is a picture of our colleagues attending this course, and we have to do these stretching exercises because it's very tiring to be just looking at your computer. So it was quite fun too. And other learning opportunities. So we usually ask our members to participate in other conferences. This is a religious international workshop for religious tourism. Religious tourism is big in Portugal because there's a huge pilgrimage center called Fatima, of course, Roman Catholic, but also very important Jewish heritage sites. So we have focused lots of our learning process on these topics in the last season. And of course, last but not least, I don't want to bother you too much about our training because it's very intensive, sustainability. So the sustainability issues, we have been addressing that for the past 4 to 5 years. Actually, our convention in 2017 already talked about these issues, and we're not just talking about sustainability, how to not waste and recycle important things like water. We are a country of south of Europe, so of course we have a huge shortage of water in the summer, but also to make, when you are involved in your role as a tourist guide, you have to be aware that the population that you're working with, so the small villages and all of that, they need to be sustainable as well. So you don't need, we need to approach our visits to different sites and different parts, different villages in a way that these communities don't suffer from over-tourism. So that's what we have been doing with a lot of, this is an international panel with, we have been invited to a lot of this. And also the SUS tour, which is the same. And the last meeting of SUS tour was in Cascais, which is a town close to Lisbon, and we were also involved in that project. So we are quite sustainable. So we do a lot of walking tours. This is our website where we promote our signature tours from our members, and walking tours, all of them, visit it if you'd like. It's different languages, of course, also in English. And now more institutional, we have been part of different tourism markets in Portugal, in France, to showcase our members. We go to schools in order to make people aware of our profession, and maybe they would like to become new guides. Difficult institutional, I'm going to speed up because I'm actually over the limit. This is the Secretary of State of Tourism, so we are really very often invited by him and his staff to different openings. Well, I just like to show you this. Marika, just give me this second, because this is really important. On the World Tourism Day, there was a protocol signed with the city of Porto, but in that, it says that if you want to take a guided tour of the city, it is best to opt for certified tour guides, which is, of course, really important. And thank you very much, because I'm over my time. Thank you for your patience, and I'll see you all in Sicily.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Christina, again, for sharing your journey, so much activities, and of course, on the road to sustainability. Thank you so much. Our next speaker is Lelia Milona, President of the Cyprus Tourist Guide Associations. Thank you, Lelia, for sharing your journey.
Christina,
Yes.
if you could hit the backstage button, please.
Can't find it.
Christina, the backstage is on the lower dock near show captions.
Lelia, you're muted at the moment. If you could hit the unmute button. We've got
Okay,
thank you.
I'm in backstage or on webinar now. Okay, hello everyone.
On the main stage, and we can hear you. So I'll go backstage.
Okay, someone can tell me if you are hear me. Hello, James.
Yes, Lelia, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Marika. February 21st, on this occasion of International Tourist Guide Day, We send the message to the members of the Cyprus Tourist Guide Association that we expected the stagnation of tourism to end this year and enter a normal recovery. In a press release for the mass media, we emphasize that the occupation of qualified tourist guide plays a decisive role in the tourist chain of any country, as it is the connecting link with the foreign visitors. March, after 3 years, the Cyprus Tourist Guide Association organizes the institutionalized event Nor'easter in Kipro, Get to Know Cyprus, with bus tours and walking tours under the title On the Roads of Myths and Legends. I can share the next slide.
If you go into the top corner, there should be on your computer screen, there should be the play slideshow or next. And if not, just keep talking. No.
Okay. I will speak about employment, regular tours. Just give me a moment, please. Regular tours, according to official data this year, had a 21% increase in tourist arrivals in Cyprus compared to 2022, and a 25% increase in tourist revenue compared to 2022. However, if the war between Israel and Hamas continues until the new tourist season, Cyprus will have a decrease in arrivals by 10%. Cruise guiding from spring until this month, the cruise guiding have great momentum. Almost all the colleagues are employed in this field, in addition to the regular guided tours. Domestic tourism. Almost all city municipalities of major cities and tourist development organizations have established regular weekly walking tours for their visitors. This fact resonates greatly with individual tourists who use the internet. Young tourism ambassadors. The Deputy Ministry of Tourism continues this year to implement the Young Tourism Ambassadors program for students in the 6th grade of primary schools. The program includes a series of excursions guided by a licensed guide. In this way, each school has opportunity to choose the excursion that is related in time to the curriculum. Training. Locally, February, the Deputy Ministry of Tourism organized the annual seminar for licensed tourist guides, where professors and experts updated on the latest in the range of topics, including recent developments in Cypriot archaeology, modern contemporary architecture in Cyprus, developments in the field of special interest tourism. July, the Cyprus Tourist Guides Association, in collaboration with the British Council, organized English language exams mainly for its Russian-speaking members who had limited work due to the war in Ukraine. December, the Cyprus Tourist Guides Association, in collaboration with the Department of Antiquities, organizes in these days a special presentation by the relevant archaeologists about the exhibitions of a new museum in Nicosia and a renovated museum in Larnaca. Round the clock, Cyprus Tourist Guides has the opportunity to participate in online conferences and seminars organized by major Cypriot organizations, such as weekly lectures of the Archaeological Research Unit of the University of Cyprus, navigate through the cruise industry conference organized by the Deputy Ministry of Tourism, and a series of lectures of the new School of Tourism Management and Hospitality of the Cyprus University of Technology, which will now also include the Cyprus School of Guides. Internationally, T-Guide in 2023, 5 members of our association were certified by FEC in collaboration with ENAT as T-Guide tourist guides: Dimitra, Antonia, Katia, Maria, and Efthymia. World Federation, we have been informing our members about the World Federation's educational and professional seminars. Lead international trainer, we welcome to the family of Cypriot trainers the new lead, Dimitra Argyroux Vikier. Train the trainer course, an international train the trainer course, after successfully running the World Federation's TT course and ITT course programs since 2006. We continue in 2024. With great joy, Nicosia will host November 10 to 23 the program. And finally, the Cyprus Tourist Guides Association wishes the large family of tourist guides around the world happy holidays, a happy new year, and great success in the professional field. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lila. Thank you very much for that journey, for your stories, and for so much successes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Our next speaker is Anne Zoetelief from the Netherlands Guidoor Dutch Guide Association. And this is her journey. Thank you, Anne.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Hello from the Netherlands. I'm Anne Zoetelief. I'm the delegate for the Dutch Guide Association, Guidoor. And we had a hard time actually recently, because in 2022, our board of directors had to step down because of some irrevocable situation within the board. And then we had an interim board, which was going on until end of November. Then we had a meeting, a general meeting, and we have a new board that has been voted now. The interim board has been occupied with the house rules and the constitution of the association. So they have worked very hard on that. That was a big project. So there was little time for other things in between. Besides that, we had a crazy season, like I think many of us. It was very busy. We are a very small association, considered that the city of Amsterdam is handing out licenses these days. You don't need any professional background to achieve a license, to get a license. You just have to pay for it, basically. So this is very unfortunate that they don't require any capacities, guiding capacities or knowledge. So they handed out 1,700 licenses, and we have 143 full members, 16 senior members, 38 associate members, and 1 honorary member. So you see, we are very small considered the amount of licenses that had been handed out. So we have a small voice in the context. Well, after COVID, for us as an association, we are as well. We have two operators asking for guides. And we are not back at the same levels as before COVID. We are at the same level as 2022. So hopefully next year that will be more work again for the association. In general, work has been more than enough. We are not enough guides for the work that is there. So just like my previous colleagues mentioned, same situation, if somebody is ill, it's very difficult to find replacement. We offer tours in 18 different languages, but some of them are not used very often. So it's mainly German, English, that we and French. That's the most that we have, and then as well Spanish and Portuguese. Then we do a competence exam so that we can assure that we have licensed guides that are up to knowledge. And this year there is one institution that is offering a course to become a guide. And there were no exams last year because of COVID, because there was no course. This year there was a course again, so we have new guides that have been examined and licensed. We have a pilot this year that is a collaboration with the institution, because before the guides did an exam with the institution, and then they had to do another exam with us. And now we did for pilot for once the exam together, one module of the exam, and then we'll see. This still has to be evaluated if we will continue doing that. So we have about 30 new guides for this year, still some competence exams in January. So if they pass, then we will have some more new guides. And before, it was very custom that guides would do all the modules at once in 1 year, and there has been a shift. So they now often do just 1 or 2 modules, and then the next year, and so they spread their exam over a couple of years. Exams are just once a year in January. And then we have, of course, a training program for the members. They have to take part in the training every year, at least, I think 2 or 3 of the lectures or excursions that we offer to be sure that they are updated. And this year in our program, we have a city tour of the city of Den Bosch, for example. We have an excursion to storm flood barrier, so about water management. So it's all local related topics. I'm not going into detail on all those different topics that we offer. So yeah, we have as well a little less attendance than before. We still have to discover what the reason for that is. Working on that. And then maybe a little word about the general situation in the Netherlands, specifically Amsterdam. You probably have heard that Amsterdam is suffering from what generally is called over-tourism or overcrowding. The city is very busy, very full, and we keep getting more and more regulations. So from next year on, we will not be allowed to enter the city with a coach anymore. So it will be walking or public transport, which makes an operation with a group rather difficult. From today on, the whole city is down to our 30-kilometer speed limit, which is not just for coaches, that's for everyone. So we are very curious how that will work. Takes more time for a city tour, obviously. So the outskirts we can still do by coach, but not the old city center. So there's a lot going on. There are more and more ships coming. There are more and more river cruise ships, sea cruise ships, but less and less possibilities for tours to operate. So we are actually at the moment all kind of on standby and waiting how things will work out next year. And yeah, we expect a very busy season next year again. Just see how things go. Yeah, I think that's it from the Netherlands. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. It's fascinating to hear your story about over tourism and the new regulations that will happen. Wow, that's going to be a challenge, huh?
Yes,
With all the cruise
for
ships.
sure.
Well, I hope you will find solutions and resolve the challenges.
Yes, yes. We all have actually, like I was talking to Canal Cruise Company, and there are less spots where or little few spots, few newly created spots where canal boats can dock to pick up groups. So there will be a lot of coaches coming there, a lot of boats coming there, and nobody really knows yet how it will work out. So we'll see next year.
Yeah, keep us posted.
Yes.
Okay, thank you again, Anne. Our next speaker is Christine Voon Yanju, who is the Assistant Secretary with the Malaysian Women Tourist Guide Association. Thanks, Christine.
Okay. Thank you to our WFTGA Executive Board members and also our host of today, Miss Marika. Okay, I would like to share my screen right now. Okay, is everyone seen my screen? Okay, so and a very good evening, good morning, or I would say a good day to everyone. And welcome to this journey. And proudly to present to everyone is we are Malaysians Women Tree Sky Association, and this is Christine Boon from MWTGA. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so actually, where are we from? And where are we located? And just for information for everyone, and currently we have two places to look for us. One is at the capital city of Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, and another one is a very well popular with our UNESCO site, historical at the Georgetown, Penang. Okay, so going up next, just look at our EXCO lineup. Okay, I would like to introduce everyone to all of you. And then first of all, I would like to introduce my chairwoman, Miss Irina Lu, and my vice chair will be Puan Rosita, and my secretary general will be Miss Celeste. And that's me. I'm Christine here. So that is my full name. Okay, so nice to meeting everyone. So just for everyone information, we still have another exco. Coming up is our treasurer, Miss Iris, and our Pacey with all the other two executive communities, Miss Ho and also Miss Chen. And just for everyone information and each and everyone, we do have our own role play, as you can see in the slide. Okay, so basically, what is the things that we are doing? What is the thing that have been get done at our center? Okay, just for everyone information, our center is we have a lot of activities, and also this is the place that we actually run and promoting our activities. And what is those activities? The first thing first, this place is a information center, a workshop, and an event, even a course, and also a tour. Why? And then why do we have this? Of course, later on, everyone will know about it. And just for everyone information, also, we are focusing on the quality of education, process, and hands-on experience for the locals and also all our tourists. Okay, so next. Let's look at our chart a little bit. So I would like to share to everyone, actually, our active member during 2023 is about 529. And for everyone information, right, we at first, actually, we only have 100 over members. And then our members keep growing, and now we achieve this number. And we have almost 11 set of the members that joining us. And actually, how we managed to do this? Just for everyone information, it's because we do have a place, a center where we actually can organize everything. Okay, so let me share our journeys from 2022 up until now. First thing first, we do have our workshop. What is very special about our workshop? Cooking experience, our batik chanting. For cooking experience, we are mainly focused on the traditional dessert. And as you can see in the picture, we do have a lot of the kids also joining these activities because we actually bring down to the age group because we would like everyone to enjoy, to explore together. On the other hand, just for everyone information, why our tourist guide actually have a very important role. We train our tourist guide. It's not only they have to know about the narrative skills, storytelling, and they have to be multitasking because cooking, they can also do batik chanting. So after all, our main promote is to promote our culture, tangible and intangible heritage, and also the nature side. And of course, up until last year, we managed to do a physical activity where we actually have been to very interesting town. Where is it? It's the Taiping, very well known with, and also it's actually awarded to the top 3 green destination for the sustainable cities during ITB 2019. So you see, our guide here is not only you know how to do heritage walk and we do cycling. Other than cycling, let's see what's. We also do the surviving skill in the jungle. And also we become a fisherman a day. Okay, we bring together all the children to explore, to enjoy. Okay, what's coming up next also? In fact, last year, we also did a very good event, 3 of it, which is in conjunction with the United Nations celebration on the 24th of October. So this is what the event actually we have done to our tourist guides. So, okay, for this year also very interesting. Beginning of this year, basically we have one event, which called by the Backyard Bohemian. This event is very interesting where we have little small events during the whole big event. We actually, this event mainly is focusing on the thematic where we actually using the 5 senses. What are the 5 senses? We have smells, we have the touching, we also have listening, and also we have the tasting and the view. So we use the example, we use the like experiment to actually let everyone to do that kind of hands-on, to give a try. So our most of the members who joining these activities, they found it is very interesting and very nice, very enjoying for these activities event. Okay, on the other hand, we also have the online courses. One is for the CTRE, another one is the tourist guide confirmation course, and also additional language exam. So basically for the CTRE, we do have physical and online. For physical, at this moment, we actually have issued around 88 certificates. And for the online itself, we also have we have issued around about 487 certificates to our members. Okay, as for TGCC, our tourist guide confirmation course and additional exam, basically we have total up 6 courses for this year throughout the year, and then we have 164 participants joining us for this confirmation course. Okay, on the other hand, we also have this course. As you can see, we have the eco snorkeling guide and diving guide, eco diving guide. So this one, basically, we are talking about the best practices. So we produce a lot, at least 30 guides for this eco snorkeling guide and also eco diving guide. And because for us, this is very important requirement nowadays, because we have a lot of like the nature sites. We have to bring our tourists to visit all the nature sites, even in the island. So basically this one is a very important, I would say, important courses that can help the guide and also to make sure the guide well known with all the snorkeling and all the code of conduct. Okay, so basically, we also wish that not only 30 guides, we also wish that we will have a more increasing coming in. We will hope for growing too. Okay, here is some of the example of the tours that we have been promoted from time to time. And of course, the Kuala Lumpur Heritage Walk, Eat, Pray, Walk and Love is our top pick from the guests. So basically, as a tourist guide, we will bring our tourists to actually explore around. And we do have a few more tours is coming up. And of course, if you are interested to look into more about our tours, you are welcome to. So at the end of this session, you will have a quick a social media platform, so you can actually look for more into our products there. Okay. Here, this one is more into LH Junior because this one will more focusing on the children, because children, I believe children nowadays is actually they need a lot of learning and knowledge and experience about all these heritage things. Okay, so for everyone information, MWTGA, our objective is to throughout more into training and education, and because we wish to actually produce more specialist guide. So this TRORST is our best guideline to produce our guide into a specialist guide. So this is also the reason why our membership is actually keep increasing, and it's because we actually transform our membership into the education line. So while learning, and then actually our guides can actually give more the things that they have learned and share to our locals and also our tourists. Okay, this is our technology enhancements. So feel free to take a look into it, and we actually have a platform like Facebook, Instagram, and also YouTube. Feel free to have a look into it. So basically, this is all from me, and I actually would like to, on behalf of MWTGA, would like to actually thanks to WFTGA to give us these chances and this opportunity to do a presentation for this. So thank you, Marika.
Yes, thank you, Christine. Thank you. That was wonderful. And thank you for sharing what an incredible journey MWTGA has already done. And best wishes to all of you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, our concluding speaker is our affiliate member, Leticia Arzuaga, representing Contenta 360, which is based in Brazil and in the US. Okay, Leticia, the floor is yours.
Thank you. I'm going to share my screen. Let me know if you can see it.
Yes.
Is there an option to share with audio?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Welcome to the Contenta 360 presentation. Thank you, Marikar. I'm so excited to be here. We are an affiliate partner with the WFTGA. And at Contenta 360, we believe that every journey begins with a plan. The purpose of this presentation is going to be to tell you a little bit about the problems we found that travelers face in the digital age, a little bit about the problems tour guides face in the digital age, how Contenta 360 looks to solve some of those problems, and why we're a game-changing platform. And then I'll tell you a little bit about who we are and show you some testimonials. So how we see the travel evolution is that the means of traveling continues to evolve, but travel planning has not yet reached its full potential. The digital age has empowered every traveler to manage their travels at their fingertips. However, we're still encountering numerous challenges. We sit on our side of the world trying to piece together a travel plan alone and unguided, much like conquistadors did with a map on their side of the world. And as you can see, travel planning is time-consuming. It's inefficient, unreliable, and quite frankly, sometimes information overload. Today, the traveler's journey looks kind of like this in the digital age where they're alone and unguided. The problem for travelers is that they spend on average 60 hours browsing the web across 50 websites and often end up booking standard tours. So these are some of the websites you might see that travelers often book their travels through or find you through. The problem for tour guides is that they give away their best tips for free trying to get clients. They spend a lot of time messaging and on the social media messengers trying to get clients and marketing. They lack work in off-peak, but are overloaded with work in the peak seasons, and they have limited funds for marketing, finance, and payment management. So we asked not just what's wrong, but what's missing. And what we found is that human interaction is the missing link in this travel planning puzzle. And so we believe that the future of travel is custom, and that every traveler of the future will want custom tailored information and custom tailored tours to them. So the solution is our platform, Contented 360, where we provide human interaction via video chat. It's curated by locals only, and that provide custom tours. And who better than the licensed tour guides to give the traveler what they need? The journey of the traveler, right now, the tour guide meets the traveler only at the traveling stage, but there's actually 5 previous stages prior to traveling. There's the planning, search, comparison, decision-making, and purchasing. We believe that the tour guide adds value to every stage of the travel journey, and 80% of the travel planning stage is in what could be done in a video chat with a local tour guide. And 20% of this travel stage is an in-person custom tour. So what does the new traveler journey look like with Contented 360? Travelers find licensed tour guides. They book them for a video chat. They get the best local quality, and they get human interaction. They walk away feeling like they visited a place with local, like when you visit a friend that lives somewhere, they give you the best local tips. They're confident, informed, and happy. So Contented 360 provides travel planning, video chat, or in-person custom tours. It's a marketplace built for tour guides where the tour guide gets paid for every hour they spend doing itineraries, as well as every hour they spend doing cut tours. Rosanna Grelli is our founder. She is where it all began. She discovered, excuse me, this missing link in today's digital travel industry, which is human interaction. She has more than 27 years in the industry, and she knows that the best person to give travelers the information they need is a tour guide. It's not a someone that has visited the country once and is an influencer or a blogger. It's not someone that sits on a different side of the world recommending things across the world. It's the person living and breathing the pollution in the air, the traffic, and all the changes that comes, especially post-pandemic, and how so many things got updated so fast for each country. And the tour guides, the people living there are the best knowledgeable people to give travelers the information they need. I am Leticia Arzuaga, Contented 360's co-founder. I am a registered architect with more than 10 years in the design industry. I specialize in accessibility design, public compliant commercial design, and my goal is to make travel accessible for all. We're very passionate about accessibility. So what does Contented 360 provide tour guides? They can get paid for all the time they spend giving itineraries as well as custom tours. Often tour guides tell us they have to replan itineraries when a traveler books the wrong thing, or they didn't have the information they needed before they booked and they booked the wrong tours. They can increase profit. They work remotely, which is something during the pandemic that they were not able to do. And as Rosanna Grelli's company shut its doors during the pandemic, she took that to heart, and she wanted to bring something to tour guides that are the living, breathing travel carriers of the people on the ground who were not able to work remotely. They can increase their bookings because you can talk to any traveler around the world that speaks your language. They get a chance to double their income. They're still going to do the tours just like they do now, but they can also meet their client before they arrive at the destination. They get to be flexible, and if you're retired, you can work outside harsh weather conditions, or if you have an accessibility issue, you can also continue to work. Tour guide industry throughout the world, we have registered travel advisors in 5 different continents. And some of the testimonials from our tour guides and travelers are, Kathy from Ireland said that travelers often spend 100 messages and then vanish. That Contenta 360 is a game changer because she would get paid for every hour that she worked. She loves the idea of being able to work from home and being flexible when she could, and knowing that travelers will get exactly what they want. And Otto from Botswana said, here at the Contenta 360 platform, she would have the liberty to do and be open to do what she's always wanted to do. A platform where they can be genuinely honest with travelers about recommendations before they arrive. This is Virginia, our tour guide from Patanau. I'm going to play it for a little bit.
My name is Virginia, and I am a travel guide, Pantanal, Brazil.
Can you guys hear
I'm really
it?
glad to be part of Contenta. Contenta connects a travel wander to a travel local guide at your destination in the beginning of the travel plan. And this will make our travel less bumpy and more adventurous.
So what we found is that we are in the launching stage. We've experienced reaching out to associations and departments of tourism of different countries. We hope to bring as many experienced licensed tour guides to our platform to give our travelers the most secure and professional information and experience they can have. Contenta 360 gives the opportunity for each tour guide to meet travelers ahead of time, as well as meet them in person. And we at Contenta 360 are very focused on sustainability, eco-travel, accessibility, and inclusive travel as an inclusive travel platform. Thank you. Maricar, I can't hear you, but maybe.
Yes, Leticia, thank you for that wonderful information and for introducing to us Contenta 360. It's amazing. What a product. And hopefully, we can know more about it in due time.
We would love to hear from all the associations. Thank you for this opportunity.
Great. Okay, so with that, we want to thank all our presenters who have shared their journey with us. And now we would like to invite our WFTGA president, Ms. Alushka Ritchie, to deliver her closing remarks. Thank you, Alushka.
Thank you, Marika. So firstly, let me say a huge thank you to the Expo members and to the technical team for their contributions this week to yet another successful year of association journeys. These journeys were actually started a few years ago with the intention for our members to share challenges that they faced. And the sharing of the challenges with colleagues really gave one another insight into what they were facing at that time and into situations where they also needed support. So since then, Association Journeys has evolved into so much more and something so much bigger. We are able to hear about the amazing initiatives that are being done across the globe by our members. We are also able to gain a better understanding of our colleagues from the different countries. And lastly, as the WFTGA, we are able to realize how diverse we are and how truly global the WFTGA family is. So in the spirit of this, we would like to thank you, our members, for taking the time to journey with us over the last few days. And the executive board look forward to seeing you in Italy in January next year. And again, we meet all the members at the end of next year to share their association journeys for 2024. So stay safe and enjoy the holiday season. Thank you, Marika.
Marika, you're muted.
With that, we conclude our 2023 association journeys, and we wish you all a very pleasant evening, morning, afternoon. And we now have the video presentation of one of our bidding countries for 2026, Ireland.
As tourist guides, we know that what our visitors remember is the stories we tell them. And we have a lot of stories to tell here in Ireland. Storytelling is in our blood. From our ancient legends handed down over thousands of years, to our Gaelic place names telling us something remarkable about an ordinary place. Our stories ground us in who we are, but they also connect us. From our great epic, the Troy, influenced by the Iliad, to the Viking legends full of Irish heroes. We Irish know that nothing travels or connects faster than a good story. And through our songs, we express our deepest felt stories, while our dances tell the stories of great battles. In a country full of storytellers, the people of Cork stand out. In Cork, the oral storytelling or Shanachie tradition has been handed down and is thriving in popular summer storytelling festivals. And if the fantastic storytelling skills on offer in Cork are not enough to inspire you, then just take a trip to nearby Blarney Castle, where, legend has it, just a quick kiss of the Blarney Stone will make you a master storyteller instantly.
City Hall is where Cork's first citizen, the Lord Mayor, holds their ceremonial office. All Corkonians are very proud of this landmark with its classical architecture. It is a powerful symbol combining the twin elements of Cork's identity, the natural harbour and the rebel spirit. Its location on the south quays of the River Lee reminds us that ships once sailed past here, connecting Cork with exotic trading ports all over the world. In front are the busts of two former Lord Mayors, both of whom died in office during a very troubled period in Irish history. In the same year, 1920, the City Hall was burned down, but rebuilt in the same style and reopened in 1936. With its spacious interior and magnificent concert hall, today the City Hall is a venue for international festivals, concerts and events.
Riverdance fans will be familiar with both step dancing and the more freestyle shambles. Set dancing, however, is practiced by both old and young and is guaranteed to leave you laughing as well as breathless. When instruments were in short supply, we used objects such as spoons or lilted using the voice as an instrument. Come join our Bowron and Spoons workshop and join the fun. We'll also be providing a master storyteller to share tips on weaving every story into a captivating tale that will leave your guests spellbound.
No trip to Cork is complete without a visit to Blarney Castle. Built in the 1400s by the powerful McCarthy clan, it has witnessed 6 centuries of political struggles in Ireland. Today, it is world famous because of the legend of the Blarney Stone, which confers the gift of eloquence on all who kiss it. What guide would not want to try that? But besides that, there is so much more to see in the Blarney estate. It has magnificent grounds with beautifully tended gardens, ancient forests and exotic trees, a boardwalk with calming water features, magical sites such as the Witch's Kitchen and the Wishing Steps, 7 standing stones which tell us the story of a chieftain who lost 2 sons in battle, and the Poison Garden, which has medicinal plants which might kill you, cure you, or just make you happy.
Situated in one of the largest natural harbours in the world, Cove has seen the passing of early Christian saints, Vikings, pirates, smugglers, prisoners, rebels, and was once an important naval base, today housing the Irish Navy headquarters. Famously, it was the last port of call for the Titanic, and the victims of the sinking of the Lusitania were also brought here to be buried. The coming of the railways facilitated emigration and later brought soldiers to the port, whilst post-World War II, transatlantic liners were a regular feature,
with today huge, massive cruise ships tie up right at the quayside. A Pugin-designed neo-Gothic cathedral, which took 47 years to build, towers over the harbour, looking out at Ireland's Alcatraz, Spike Island, which was once the largest prison in the world. Here, convicts awaited transportation to far-flung places like Tasmania and Botany Bay. Annie Moore left Cove for New York and became the first person to be processed at Ellis Island in 1892. In a 100-year period, over 6 million people immigrated from Ireland, 2.5 million of whom left from Cove, making it the single most important centre of immigration here in Ireland. Today, its colourful houses, Victorian architecture, and the occasional pod of dolphins make for a lively holiday destination.
Cork International Airport is the gateway to the south of the island of Ireland, as well as to the wide Atlantic Way, with over 60 routes from the UK and also from European cities such as Lisbon. The other options are to fly into Dublin, Kerry or Shannon, and to approach by motorway or bus or train, taking between 1.5 and 3.5 hours. And once you're in Cork, it's a really compact city, so taking the bike system or walking is an excellent option. With the conference hotel, it's only a 2-minute walk from Cork City Hall, which is the conference centre.
Conference Partners International are the proud PCO behind the WFTGA 2026 bid for Cork, Ireland. We're a full-service, multi-award winning and internationally accredited PCO with over 25 years of business experience. Our team have been proud to work alongside the local organising committee in preparing this bid, and in 2026 we hope to give you a warm welcome to the beautiful green island of Ireland. Ireland is known for its hospitality and warm people, so we prepared a fantastic social programme for you full of Irish cultural displays. If you choose to come early or stay on later, we have pre- and post-conference tours available that will showcase the best of what Cork and Ireland have to offer. We promise you an Irish cultural experience full of laughter, fun, and amazing memories. On top of all the fun, we'll also look after all aspects of financial management for the conference, including but not limited to the budget, bank account and payments, credit card charges, and VAT management. The promotion of Ireland as an international destination for conferences is supported financially through a number of initiatives through Fáilte Ireland. The conference financial support scheme assists every step of the way, from bid stage right through to the marketing of the conference, to ensure it will be a successful and memorable one. Broadly, there are 3 stages of the support scheme: bidding, site inspections, and marketing. Fáilte Ireland funding has been applied for and approved for WFTGA 2026. We hope to welcome you to Cork in 2026.
I'm sorry, it just doesn't seem to want to stop sharing for me. Got it.